Hi, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles with me. Right now, let's think about what we should do. I think we should move, was it? I think we're about to meet our defendant. Why am I not moving? Okay, here we go. Alright. So, move. Right. A defendant? Was it? Oh, scene of the crime. Prison cells where suspects are suspects. Alright. Maybe we'll go to the scene of the crime first. Okay. William Robbins. Daily News. So this is where it happened. Briar Road. Oh yeah, the Briar Road. Yes, of course. Ah! Look, Mr. Naruhodo. What? Yeah, I guess they're investigating the stuff. The crime scene. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak. I think she's quite excited to see them. That is their job, you know. But Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. I get it. They're often depicted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I'd ever come this close to a real Bobby's helmet. Is that what you call it? What? The helmet? Of course. I have to try one on one day. I support you. I fully support you. I think you can try. We'll just borrow one, I guess. Well, I hope your healthy dreams come true. I don't see Inspector Gregson anywhere. I wonder if we'll see Sholmes around. Shall we see if we can sneak past and investigate the scene of the stabbing? Why should we sneak? I don't want to upset one of those bobbies and be battered on the head by one of those metal helmets. My skull would crack in two, I'm sure. Oh, it must be heavy. Oh no, an English bobby would never do such a thing. This is a land of gentlemen, you know. Okay. Okay. We can investigate the signs? No? Okay. Just wanted to see. There's nothing yet? Okay, I guess we can investigate the horse. Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. They use vehicles like that to rush to crime scenes and cut away criminals. Oh, is it? Okay. You're very well informed, aren't you? It's been a long dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London. As long as you're not a suspect, that would be good. Imagine your dream being fulfilled because you're a suspect. Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then. But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Yeah, wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way... excuse me. Help me find a good stone. No, I wasn't serious. I'll lose it, my assistant. Snowman. What a delightful snowman. I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. It looks a little creepy though. Actually, I don't think they make snowmen in Japan, Yunosuke. I'm not sure. I mean, at that point of time, I'm not sure they... Historically, do they do that? Did they do that in Japan? Oh, it has a scarf. Look. You'd need one if you were out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one. Just stick that one, Yunosuke. Just stick it. It's fine. I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment, too. We certainly can't afford a scarf. Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his. Exactly. But the persons who made this snowman certainly would. Yes, I know. You're right. You can blame it on bad weather. Maybe there was a snowstorm and it got blown away, yeah? Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. Yeah, but I mean, not now, but you can keep it and warm it up. And then later you can wear it. Come on, Yunosuke, you have to think about it. That's one of those officers from Scotland Yard. The police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. Would we? I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern. Oh no, I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice? Twice. Oh, I cannot remember the first case, but yeah, he was a suspect, wasn't he? In the first case. Twice I found myself in handcuffs despite not knowing a thing about what was going on. Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure that it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all. What about this? This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred. Okay. Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it? That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker could have been hiding. In the snowman? Behind the snowman? Oi! What are you foreigners doing here? Huh? Oh, we, just investigating the scene. Wait, what did I press? Investigating the scene, officer, okay. Conspiring with that mustached fellow from Japan, are you? I'm sorry? Mustached fella? Wait. But our inspector does not have a mustache. So, who are you talking about right now? Did I miss out somebody? Conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence, have you? Get out of here before I give you an hiding. Go on. He shoot us away like rats. Yes, we should give him a white berth, I think. But who was he talking about? What a disappointing experience. Who was he talking about? Is that all? I think I'm gonna comb through this. Oh, who was it? Do you see all the black smoke rising from the chimneys over there? It says here that in Great Britain, many people heat their homes in winter using coal. The only chimneys I really remember seeing in Japan were on top of the bathhouse. Do you think some of those houses could be on fire? Let's not talk about it. Not at all. Well, even so, that much thick smoke billowing up to the heavens is surely going to turn the whole sky black sooner or later. Yeah. Gosh, you may be right about that. Okay. Oh, look at the windows of that building there. I saw the bicycle. Are you sure they're windows? Yes, but they're all filled with bricks. Okay, this building is distracting me. Looks a bit distorted. Oh, you're right. I wonder why. Perhaps it's an empty property where nobody lives. Wait. At the moment, look at the windows of the building. Where? Oh, okay, I see. The smoke coming from the chimneys though. Is that a bad sign? Oh dear, everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place. Yeah, the bicycle first. Oh, a British bicycle. Look, I mean, wouldn't the bicycles all look similar? Although the wheel is so misshapen. Is it misshapen? I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling. It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well. Cool. The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that. Goodness, do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. Oh. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and fallen into a river, I know you'd agree with me. What? We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I'll ride you around. Sounds nice. Would be quite an experience. That's a rather typical Old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history. Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. Yeah, it looks distorted, yeah. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here. I wonder why. We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible. Yes, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors. Do you think there's someone inside here? Is somebody living in here? Can we go in? No? No? Let's check the other stuff. Is there anything else here? That? The clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? And with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy. Well, it is known as Foggy London Town. You can just make out some sort of spire through the fog. It looks like it's still being built though. Where? I don't see it. Oh, okay, I see it, I guess. To the right, was it? Aha, yes, that must be the Crystal Tower being built for the Great Exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. But what is it exactly? Is it like a museum-ish kind of building? Is it? Some sort of gallery? Apparently it's going to be very striking, glazed on all sides, and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition. It's to be the largest exposition in history, is it? I can't even imagine it. There? Is that it? Okay, I guess we triggered it already. Is that all? Uh-oh. There are piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks. It seems carriages often travel down Briar Road. It soon disperses all the snow. Okay. I slipped over when I was walking down the pavement earlier. It seems like it would be far safer to walk on the road instead. Oh, but you're rather small, Mr. Naruhodo. What do you mean? And dressed all in black. I worried coachman might not see you, and you could be flattened by horses. Well, thank you for the rather small concern. Aren't you both rather small, to be fair? Reason. We'll find our suspect first. Oh, straight into the prison cell, huh? Can we do that? We can do that. So these are the British prison cells. Can we just do that? We just meet someone outside their cell? Oh, they're ghastly. It feels just like a dungeon. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these coal-stoned walls. Hold on, Mr. Naruhodo, you're making it seem worse. Apparently our client is in this cell here. Where? But it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. You mean he's hiding in one corner? I wonder what he's like. Hey, the suspicious looking bailiff. I mean, they all look the same, but yeah. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding at the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I a cat as yet with no name? Calling me by a number? It's utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhodo, what? What do you think is going on here? I have no idea. But I wasn't just hearing things, was I? The tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Oh. Wait. They were mentioning a mustached man just now, right? Is that mustached man related to this guy? Or was this guy here, at the crime scene before he got arrested? He has a mustache. Maybe it's him. Oh, can slide open. Okay, cool. Was it him? Were you there? Were you at the crime scene? And then you got arrested or something? Excuse me, but who? Shh, quiet. His eyes though. Why are his eyes like that? They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening, even now. I can sense it. Right. So could I ask you who exactly... There you are. You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost? Who? What? We mean you no harm, prisoner son. I assume she's speaking in Japanese. Are you Japanese by any chance? This is beyond my wildest dreams. Oh, great. Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it. It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of compatriots' voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment. Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? Ah. What compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Are you a foreign student? Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon. A first-class lawyer? Oh, sorry, that was him. A first-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can. I will. Sharp, stay, silent. I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but... So he seems happy. Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Kotoba. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume? Converse? Wait, before we converse, I have something for you. Hang on. Wait, how do I present? Ah, yes, yeah. Here. Yes, the symbol of one of our great empire's first-rate lawyers. Which means, of course, you'll stand by my side. You'll defend me. Oh, no, sorry. That wasn't why I was showing it to you. Then why else would you show me that? Oops. In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. I mean, I haven't gotten the chance to do it. Let me do it. Soseki Natsume-san? What an unusual name, is it? I've heard Natsume a few times though. Is Natsume a surname? Natsume must be a surname, I think. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. A writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume? What's that? A nom de plume? You mean an alias? Oh. That's right, Naruhodo-san. No. Don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. And haiku? That really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you are a visiting student sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this. It's beyond the pale. Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Then? Why? Oh? But just because the government tells you to do something doesn't mean you can do it. No. What do you mean? You've they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. I mean, if you're gonna be in Great Britain, it would be useful to understand the language for a bit. I see. Only the other day, I was told to send reports about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white washi. You must be a man of great standing. Oh yes, so I'm often told. And often like to be told, it seems. Yeah, let's talk about this. Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Suzuki-san? I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Murder? Oh, no, it's alright. That woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes. So you were there. So you're a witness. You mean you saw the attacker? Did he not? I didn't see anyone. What? What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? What do you mean? The curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. Yeah? Let's start from the beginning. How about that? It was an accursed evening just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure the bookshop wasn't accursed too? As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat, she was. Okay, let's take note of this and make sure she was wearing a green overcoat. And just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the whole cold hard slabs of stone at my feet. How terrible! I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps? 1, 2, 3, 3 books. Maybe not important, but yeah. Okay, she's blonde. I was terrified. I had to get away from there, so I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. Wonder how they caught him though. What made them go for him? That's not good. Yeah, you should actually report it, you know. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous. Do you think I know any of this fair-haired English? And a young woman at that. I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. I see, a young woman unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened? Who else did you see nearby? Did anybody pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. But how did the people know to go after you then? I don't get it. No one. Great. So the victim was unknown to you and there was nobody else at the street at that time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? Yeah. What conundrum? Come on, Renosuke, put it together. What do you mean, Susato-san? What's a conundrum? Well, if what Soseki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim and that there was no one else there at the scene. Yes. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. Yes, exactly. I did. But if that's the case... Yeah, are you putting it together now? Surely this man has to be the culprit. No. Ryunosuke. This is the 4th episode, Ryunosuke. Is this the 4th episode? This is the 4th episode, right? Yeah. You. What did you just say? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Oops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly. Yeah. Now he's shaking. Actually, that's not what's troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually came to be arrested? Exactly. Sorry? He didn't touch the victim and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh yes, she's right. Yeah. Tell us that. It was him. What? That accursed great detective. No, Sholmes. Is it Sholmes? He led the police to me. Of all the bad luck. Accursed great detective? Could it be? I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Oh, by the way, I was editing the other episode, where the little girl made an appearance. I kind of think that she reminds me a bit of Sholmes. I don't know whether there is a relation of any sort, but she reminds me a bit of him. I wonder. Fresh, big-headed, busybody, be gone. Yeah. I'm not sure. But yeah, she reminds me a bit of Sholmes. May you be cursed until the end of your days. Herlock Sholmes. I knew it. Mr. Sholmes? Yeah, why was he there anyway? Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hot cheese when some men suddenly burst in through the door. Wait, one moment. Morning after... okay. He started shouting at me. This is the police, put the weapon down. Yes, it was a thin sliver. And yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination, devils. Wait, what? Oh, put the weapon down. You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. Ted, Herlock Sholmes. It's actually just Herlock Sholmes? Wait. He said Herlock Sholmes. Okay, I was too used to it. He's English. I've found out that he's a famous name in detection here. In detection? Here in London. Yes! The great detective is really very well known. And he's overly shocked. Mine managed to deduce my whereabouts apparently. He thinks I'm the night-building madman. Me, this weak, stoop kitten of a man. I wonder what great deduction process led him to his conclusion this time. I'm curious too, actually. Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? It's a bit off sometimes, you know. That would be really most unreasonable. Yeah. Well, the thing is... oh no. What else? I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. And? Of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me. In impossible English. Finnish, foreign, flammery. Okay. Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do. And I'm fine. Oh no. The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, I was thrown in here. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. I'm fine? It's not fine now. Yeah. Mr. Naruto, Esquire. Oh, You can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple mister is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright. Yes, they've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. Okay, so... Alright, so we are acknowledging that we are speaking in both Japanese and also English, I guess. Yeah. So right now we're speaking to Soseki in Japanese. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You do it, won't you? We need more than that. Well, Why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself on a study tour. A student? Yes. I have defended a case in the Old Bailey, only the one though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. I mean, he's being truthful, so I guess. But that armband, that's a mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire. It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me. Goodness, why? Why do you say that? For the same reason as you noted before, when it happened. There was only the victim and myself around. And I ran away from the scene of the crime, which you shouldn't really. I'm not a fool. You know, you could have called for help. She's still alive now. So, technically, if someone's injured, you should call for help so that they could be helped in time. It's good that she's alive, but we don't know whether she'll make it. I think every second counts. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Soseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. No, someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before, in my earshot without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. Wow. That's awful. You're wrong. I've studied more the English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about this people's country and its great history. Yeah. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. I mean, yeah, we could do that. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. So, Seki-san, it's just that. Are you gonna reject him? Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yes. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Do we have anything else to converse? No? Okay. Now we can move. Do you think we will find more things there? Are you sure we've asked everything we need to know? Ooh, hi. Yeah, I had potato wedges last time, so I'm fine today. What's the Japanese delegation doing here? Oh, Inspector Gregson. This isn't on the tourist trail, as I'm fairly sure you're well aware. Yes, of course. We're here to investigate. So you've been to the holding cells, then? What do you make of the criminal? He's not a criminal as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens. And the verdict's a foregone conclusion. The stone cold air of rejection. Take heart, London at this time of year is full of stone cold air. That makes it worse somehow. Is that all? Do we get to ask him things? I think we do, right? Let's go. Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place. The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, madam. Oh, and you know I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. Yeah, lend us one. Please. It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on. You suddenly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful? Being a London Bobby is hard-going, I can tell you. Oh really? First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes around and rouses all the labourers on his beat so they can get off to work. Oh? What? He wakes people up? Yep, raps on the windows with a long pole. Did it myself, going back a bit. For what? Why? I had no idea. The Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. Why? After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. Oh my goodness. He has to cover 20 miles a day. I don't know how much is 20 miles, but alright. That's a regulation distance. I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Let me see. Are we converting to kilometers? 20 miles. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. I have no idea. I have no idea how to estimate that. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. Hang on. Wait, let me convert 20 miles. Give me one moment. 32 kilometers? How far is 32 kilometers? 32.187 kilometers. How far is that? Huh? How far is that? That's very far. Oh, sorry. What did I miss? And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the great gas street lamps. Why do they have to do that? Oh my! And I suppose in between all of those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well. And chase after criminals trying to evade the law. I'm not sure. You can call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. Wow. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men killing over from time to time, I admit. Oh my god. I don't think the job is paying them enough. I'd always dreamt of wearing one of these helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart. Then I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo. We have no... Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do. Okay. It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago. Just there on that open bit of pavement, the victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind. Do we have a crime scene photo? Is it true? Oh, we wouldn't have photos, right? Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in the hospital. I never said she was a lady. Excuse me? Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. I suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course. Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want. Really? Are you sure? It's yard policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on. Okay, nice. I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still. Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept. The local map has been entered. Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head scratcher, is it? Yeah, well... Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming not to have seen anyone else around, but just because he didn't see anyone doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure. Why? How? Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. I thought you said there was no one around. It what? We have two very reliable witnesses, no less, but you said there was no one around. Wow. It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them. There were witnesses now. We're going for that. Who are these witnesses, Inspector? A fellow and his wife, and a man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of St. London. Oh, show me. Show me. He's a copper from the Scotland Yard. Oh, show me that. Oh. A policeman? That might change things. It might make things harder. And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked. Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby. Catching them bang in the act and all that. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions? Yeah, that would be good. Be my guest. You can ask him what you like in court tomorrow. No, I want them now. I want it now. Oh. I've no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So they'll give you something to look forward to. That's that then. He has no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. A policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed. No kidding. Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh yes, one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect. I hear that was Herlock Sholmes. Mr. Herlock Sholmes. What are you bringing him up for? So was it? Was it something I said? The color has ranged from his cheeks. Was it not him? Who did you hear that name from? We're not telling. Oh no. Oh well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I'm sure it was the result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions. Fiddle faddle. The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mark everywhere. Oh, I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, claims to have solved the case. Yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He's a great help to Scotland Yard though, isn't he? Gibble gabble. Ever seen this before? Oh yes, that's Rand's magazine, yeah. That wonderful publication in which the adventures of Herlock Sholmes appears. Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. Yeah. And the so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. I thought he had praise for you. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Herlock Sholmes tales at all. Well, I suppose there is an element of that. We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frowned by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. That man's as generous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals. That can't really be true, can it, Inspector? Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. Okay, come on. That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not? Well, I think we need more clues. Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Ripper of the Bailey, you mean? There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It's all a bit strange though. Sorry? The Reaper, he hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now. Yeah, exactly. What brought him back now? Yes, we did hear something to that effect. And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. The monster criminals, the violent ones. Master criminals? The violent ones? That's right. He handpicks his victims, only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins. But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely? That's my point, sunshine. Yes, the woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase. Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason he's taking an interest. Maybe... Okay, maybe like... Perhaps he had a similar case in the past, or something from the past that is... I don't know, that is somehow linked to this. Really? What sort of reason, Inspector? You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial. Are we really going to have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he put it, that was nothing. I don't know, it's not that scary to me. He seems pretty alright, actually. Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Right. And, yes? Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion? Oh, yes, what is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this. Who? By him, do you mean? Oh, Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes, exactly. Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all of this, didn't he? Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholmes again. Okay. The trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address, even how... It's Baker Street! Okay. I suppose. How do you know that? It's in the magazine. It's in the stories, of course. 2221B Baker Street, the most famous address in the world. Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. Better try to find our way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Hooray! We'll summon a carriage. So we're to have a reunion already. With the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. Okay, and so what we'll do is we will visit Mr. Sholmes in the next episode. So until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.